Well, good afternoon, Santa Cruz, and welcome to our first Facebook Live presentation on what's happening in Santa Cruz. We're really excited to do this, and thank you so much to Joyce Blotchke, who organized this, and our fantastic production crew of MLW Productions. Brandon Lima and his friends have a little production company, and they've set this all up at no cost to us, and just so grateful. So we've got a lot of people in the room here helping us, and I just want to say thank you. And of course, huge shout out to Sergeant Carter Jones, who's, as everybody knows, is one of our aces. He's just really one of the greatest people around here. He's 18 years in the department. He's done everything from A to Z, including SWAT and FTO, and now Sergeant in charge of neighborhood policing in the downtown area. And that's why we're here today. We wanted to really talk about what's happening downtown and how we can prevent commercial burglaries. I just looked at the crime data before I came down. It got sent to me. For the month of March, burglaries have remained flat. However, commercial burglaries have risen substantially, and Carter's going to get into that. Because of the COVID-19 crisis, the natural surveillance has lessened. And so we're very concerned about that. In spite of our patrol officers and our CSOs and our rangers out there just absolutely destroying it, they're doing great. I think we've got 7 or 8 in custody as of today for commercial burglary. But you have to know they're not going to stay in jail very long, so we have to try to prevent it as well. And so Carter's here with some tips and tools and ideas, and after he's done, we'll both tag team, like WWE, on doing a question and answer thing. So Carter, time is yours, man. Take as much as you'd like, and thanks so much for being willing to do this.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Well, good afternoon. I wanted to first shout out to all the businesses in the city of Santa Cruz. We know this is a really difficult time for all of you, especially with no end in sight. We don't know exactly when things are going to open back up. So shout out to all the businesses, everybody that's staying open for to-go food and things like that. So we did this presentation today so you have a few things where you can do a self-assessment of your business. And we could talk about burglary prevention. You can look at maybe your security system and things like that and think about the environmental design around your business and how you might be able to improve things to prevent a burglary or theft from your business. So with that said, what does the burglary trend look like? What does it look like the Chief said, over the last month? We've seen it flat relatively overall, but commercial burglaries are substantially up. So what trends have we seen? So we know that businesses are 4 times as likely to be burglarized than your personal residence. We also know that burglaries are crimes of opportunity. So when somebody walks by and sees something in the window, a high-value target, something they might want to steal, they're really going to take that opportunity to try and steal those items. Most burglaries happen between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., although we've seen several other burglaries right around midnight to 2 a.m. But generally, we're talking about evening hours with the cover of darkness. Most common entry points have been through a glass door or window, and we'll get into that a little bit more specifically later. I want to stress that we're here to help you. We know that business owners, managers, employees are away from their businesses. So if you need us, please reach out. Please call us. We're here to do security checks. We have extra staffing. We're doing foot patrols and bicycle patrols downtown, and we have specific burglary suppression teams on duty to try and lower the burglary rate throughout the city. So when we talk about burglary prevention, and when you kind of assess the interior of your business, what are we really talking about? What do we look at? Can you improve your lighting in the front of your business, specifically around maybe the windows and doors and other potential entry points? It's really something to think about. Can we strengthen the glass? Put maybe a protective coating on, or put up security grills that will make those areas less of a target. Can we install or upgrade video surveillance systems? We often get video footage from businesses of crimes that occur, and some of the systems are outdated and they just are very poor quality cameras. So could you possibly upgrade your system? Another thing to look at. Can you upgrade your door and window locks? We have a lot of outdated windows and door locks that are just held in by small wood screws that can easily be defeated. Can you secure high-value merchandise at night or during this closure? Don't leave it out in plain sight. Don't leave it out right at the front of the store, right near the entry point where it can be taken easily. And then if you have a tip jar out with cash or change in it, maybe an iPad, Surface tablet, point of sale system, something like that, don't leave those things out in plain sight because they often become targets for burglars. So when we look at pictures, here's one of downtown. Here's something that happened last week in the 800 block of Front Street where someone broke out a window to one of our businesses. Luckily, we have some amazing residents in the downtown area that heard the glass breaking and called us, and we were there immediately, and we were able to take the subject into custody. We did a little bit of research, and we found out that about 70%, 68% to be exact, of burglaries, commercial burglaries, involve breaking glass, whether it's an entry through a window or a door. So if we can prevent those glass breaks with some protective coating, that would significantly decrease some of these burglaries. So when we shift to outside the business, we talk about environmental design. What can we do with lighting, with planting trees, plants, shrubs, maybe with our fences that might improve some of those things around the exterior of our businesses? So some roof access points. It's been a trend in the past to have criminals go through skylights, go through heating or air conditioning ducts. So take a look at your roof. Are all those points secure? Are you leaving your skylights unlocked because you haven't used them for months at a time? Keep trees, bushes, and other foliage trimmed back so there aren't significant shadows for people to hide in. When we do patrols, if there's big dark areas, we might not be able to see somebody who's casing your business. Any fencing around your business should be something that you can see through, like a metal grated fence. We'd like to steer away from things like wood fencing where people can actually hide behind it and we can't see through if we're doing patrols. Use shrubs that offer prickly leaves or other hostile vegetation, so things like rose bushes, cactuses in some case, things like that, are also good to use around the front or back of your business. All landscaping and lighting offers an abundance of crime prevention strategies. And keep, like I said before, keep the merchandise, the expensive stuff away from the front window or the front of your store. That's a huge deterrent. So let's do a case study real quick. Here's Pacific Trading Company downtown. In this specific case, they've talked to economic development and they have a surveillance camera program where they'll actually refund some of the purchase price of those programs. So if you have a chance to reach out to economic development, they'll help fund some of the safety measures for your business. In this case, they help fund and pay back some of the costs for their surveillance system. With that said, here's some enhanced security that they have. They have lights, not only at the top of their business, inside their front window, but also lights running down the entire facade of their business. The next thing they have is they have enhanced security. They have glazing over all the front windows and doors of their business. Makes it really hard to make entry even if you do shatter one of the windows. In addition to the glazing that's across the front, they also have other security measures in place too. They've got cameras down in the lower corners of either side of the business. Another great opportunity to catch people on video. These are high quality, good looking videos that we can use in our criminal investigation. We also have substantially well-placed and manufactured door locks that go through the entire frame of the door, so they're not these old, outdated locks that can easily be defeated. And then last but not least, we have a trespass letter of authority program, and there's trespass letters that are up, the signs that are up in the outside of their business, which we will act as your liaison when your business is closed to come and check on the security of your business. So with that said, we have some resources and links here, and the first two links that we have are specifically for that clear security glazing that we were talking about. So these are glazing that goes over the entire window. You can see through it, but it prevents people from going in to that. So in this video, you'll see somebody throwing a rock at the window. It shatters. Next subject takes a baseball bat to it, and it shows you how durable this coating is. So if you have this on your business, you can see how someone may break the window to your business, but they won't have an opportunity to actually get inside and steal any merchandise, likely before we come on scene. So in addition to those, there's several businesses around the county that offer that coating and installation. The first two are places that we've used or businesses in Santa Cruz have used that came recommended to us. The next link is for the City Economic Development Department, who they have an abundance of resources on their page. If you are a business and you haven't looked into that website, I encourage you to take a look at it. There's a lot of resources there for you. The Center for Problem-Oriented Policing, and of course the Santa Cruz Police Department are other great links for you to use. And we have an abundance of resources and updated resources that we have on our website. So with that said, hopefully there's just a few tools and things there that you can use. I am the downtown supervisor. My name's Carter Jones. My email address will be up on this PowerPoint. It will also be available on our Facebook page and our website tomorrow. So if you want to review these items or check in on these links, we'll have those waiting for you. So now we'll field some questions from our press information officer, Joyce Blaschke, and we'll see what things have come in during this presentation.
Okay. Sergeant Jones, the first question we have here is, should I board up my business windows?
So my opinion is no. I don't think we should be boarding up our windows to our businesses. I think we should put things on long-term solutions like that glass coating. People should still be able to go by your business, know that you're still going to be open, that you're going to be open well past when this is all over. So we don't want to send the message that businesses are closing. When you throw boards up on the windows, it gives an impression like that business may never open up again.
I appreciate that. All right, the next question we have is, do you believe remote guarding is a good crime prevention solution?
I think it is. So for those of you who don't know in the audience, remote guarding is basically video camera that shows what's going on around your business, but then someone is remotely watching that video. So if someone is outside your business, they can actually get on the audio feed over the camera and initiate contact with the subject outside. I've seen this be very successful because with someone watching your business all the time, then if they don't comply with the directions, simply asking them to leave, they can always call us and we can respond and go out there and contact the subject. So I think it's actually a pretty successful tool.
This is one, what's a letter of authority?
So the trespass letter of authority is a letter that gives us, the police department, the permission to act as a liaison for your business. When no business owners are there, then we can come out and have the permission from you, the owner or the manager, to act on your behalf of your business. So by signing that letter here that we have at the police department, we hold that on file for a year, and we have to renew it every single year, but then we can come out and handle any trespassing issues on your property.
Great. Next question, can I get a copy of this PowerPoint presentation?
Absolutely. That will be available on our website and and a link on the Facebook page, so that'll be ready for you.
All right. Next question, can I check on my business during the shelter in place?
Yes. I would encourage that you don't abandon your business for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. We encourage people to go down, check on their business, and please call us. If you have any issues, have any concerns about your business, the security of your business, we're here to support you in this time.
Okay, next question. What are you doing about all the people walking around downtown at night?
So we still have patrols at night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we're enforcing a lot of the health and safety codes that are specific to sheltering in place. So as you know, we do have a large homeless population in Santa Cruz, and so we also try and direct them to places where they can sleep, where they can be safe.
Great. Okay, I have a question here. It doesn't necessarily have to do exactly with this presentation, but we're getting a lot of questions on this, and I just want to get an answer to it. There was a burglary at the Catalyst last night. Can you tell us a little bit, yesterday, can you tell us a little bit about that and what's going on with the charges?
So there were 3 people that were arrested. There were 5 people that were contacted in that specific case. And currently, there's still 1 of the subjects in custody. However, due to the COVID crisis, the jail is trying to mitigate any sort of infections that come into their population. So with that said, they're releasing a lot of the nonviolent offenders. So they're not going to end up keeping people in custody because commercial burglary, unfortunately, is a nonviolent offense.
But they are still being charged.
They absolutely are still being charged. So they're still going to see charges. Just because they're not held in custody, then they're still going to have a court date. It's just going to be pushed out a little bit further because of the court restrictions right now.
Great. Thank you. Where can people get the resources you were talking about from economic development?
So on the economic development website, there is a specific link. So if you go to the City of Santa Cruz or just Google search City of Santa Cruz Economic Development, there is almost a daily update on business resources for any business in the City of Santa Cruz. And you can click on any of those links. It gives updates for employers, employees, unemployment resources. The list is too long to go on. It's several pages long, but it has links to all the different things that you can use as a business owner or actually an employee.
And Bonnie Lipscomb and the economic development team have been involved in the planning of this Facebook broadcast, and they are fully prepared and ready to go to help any business that might get a hold of them regarding assistance in either putting up the tape or cameras or whatever the case may be.
And what are you guys doing to deal with businesses who are not complying with the shelter-in-place ordinance?
So we've yet to really come across a business that hasn't been compliant. Every business downtown, and talking to the other neighborhood policing team supervisors, we've experienced an unbelievable business culture in the City of Santa Cruz where people have heeded the warning and only done takeout for their business, or stopped construction, or only done what we've asked of them to do. So I'm really appreciative of all the businesses downtown, and I really know our officers appreciate the fact that we can drive around town. If we need to get takeout food, we still can, but we see a lot of the non-essential businesses that have closed down and shut their doors for the time being.
All right. Hey, this is a good question. What do you mean by Burglary Suppression Unit? What does that mean?
You want to jump on that one?
You got it, man. You're doing great.
The burglary suppression teams, we have our normal staffing of our patrol shifts. So in addition to our normal patrol staffing that covers our different areas of town, like the Beach Flats area, the east side and the west side, downtown, central beats, in addition to all that staffing, we've overstaffed with other teams that are specific burglary suppression units that are going to be out there driving around in plainclothes vehicles, maybe with cover jackets on. So you might see cars driving around in the middle of the night, and they might actually be Santa Cruz Police Department officers that are out there doing burglary suppression, stopping people that are riding around on bikes, looking in windows of cars and things like that.
So in addition to the, I think, 7 or 8 people that we have in custody for commercial burglary during this time frame alone, they've also contacted tons of more people, casing the businesses, standing outside. In fact, one of them told me the other night that they're watching a business in their undercover car. A person came up, looked in the windows, left, came back, and then they contacted him. And a guy had a warrant, so he went to jail. Now, we didn't arrest him for burglary, but he did go for warrants. And so this is ongoing every single night, and the officers are doing a phenomenal job.
Well, perfect. That leads into our next question. Somebody's asking about staffing. Do we have enough officers to staff for these patrols?
So we've changed our shifts. So normally we work 4 10-hour shifts in order to combat this crisis and also put enough staffing on the streets. We've changed our shift to a 4-12. So we're working 12-hour shifts to help combat this. So the short answer is yes. We have enough staffing. We've canceled our own vacation time to be out on the street to make sure the streets, homes, residences, vehicles, people are safe. So we're out there doing everything we can to keep the entire community safe.
All right, this question is, are these burglars repeat offenders?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. It's just a case-by-case basis. So we are finding a lot of them that are repeat offenders.
For the most part, yes. We're getting a lot of people in custody. We're looking at their criminal histories as well as their probation or parole status, and several of them have been on probation or parole already, and that's why we're able to keep them in jail, at least for the time being.
Okay. That's it. That looks like the questions I have so far. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right on.
Hey, thank you, Santa Cruz, for tuning in, and if you have questions, you can certainly email either of us, Carter Jones at cityofsantacruz.com, that's C. Jones, or amills@cityofsantacruz.com. And you can also get a hold of us by telephone or Facebook or Instagram or Snap, whatever we have. Feel free to give us a call. And just one more thing, if we can just throw it out there. Thank you for your patience during this COVID crisis in terms of not calling the police for frivolous things. We certainly appreciate it. It's allowing the officers to be out in the field, really just getting after the problems that we face. The second thing is we've had to shut down all the parks, all of the beaches, the surf, and so forth. Give us a week. After the week, we'll reassess and see if that needs to be changed, either increased or decreased based on the data that we're getting and the advice we're getting from the county. The county is the one that gave us that order. We're following through, and we are going to make sure that we're out there citing people who aren't following the process. So thank you for your patience. This is a wonderful community. The surf community has really chimed in on this and helped us, the biking community, the hiking community, and the walking communities. Thank you so much. And it's really going to help us all. Let's get past this, and when we're done, we'll celebrate together. This is a great opportunity for us to get reacquainted with one another after a whole month's worth of sheltering. Joyce, looks like you have another question.
Yeah, I just got 3 pings on this one question, and basically it rounds out to what can the community do to support PD?
Well, I think there's several things that they already are doing. I want to thank all of those that have give even just a little thumbs up as we're driving by, or toot of the horn, or people standing on their porches saying, hey, we love you guys. That means the world to the men and women who are walking away from their families at nighttime and coming to work, or daytime and coming to work, not knowing if they're going to attract a COVID virus. And we see around the country where a lot of cops have wound up dying. NYPD lost 12 so far to COVID virus. And so it's a real threat as we contact multiple people every day. Second thing people have done is just dropped off, food, prepackaged food over here at the station, and it's just to say thank you. I'm not asking everybody to do that. We're actually kind of joking around here that we've called the COVID-15. Most of us have gained 15 pounds from the food that's been dropped off. But then the last thing is any support you can give to us by making sure that the elected officials and the city administrators like me and others know that you support Santa Cruz PD, and we know that you do, and we're so grateful for that. So I think those are the 3 things that you can help us with, as well as if you see something that bothers you, say something. If people are out prowling at nighttime, be specific. I saw this guy look in a car, or I saw this woman go into the side yard, or those are the things that we need. The more you can articulate of why you think something's amiss, the more it helps our officers establish a reasonable suspicion to contact them. So that would be very helpful if you do those things. And because we're out generating a lot of business right now, and so your help is greatly appreciated. Awesome, thank you, and have a great day. Thanks, Carter.